On this edition of the Black Crayon, we're going to be discussing and answering the question, how black are you? I'm going to dismiss the general discussion of stereotypes. We've kind of moved past the age of all black men are thugs and all black women have lots of kids and have bad attitude problems. Whether or not we like to admit it, the type of racism and ethnic prejudice that we deal with has evolved, and before we can address and adequately, ameliorate the negative effects of these types of judgments, we have to accept the fact that it's not the same type of racism and prejudice that we were dealing with before. Now we start with the question, how black are you? Because I feel like the main root of most ideas of prejudice is other ethnic and racial groups' attempts to quantify blackness. How do you quantify blackness? Is there a blackometer? Do you have a ruler for my black? How can you tell me how black I am? How can you be black and not really black? These are questions that need answers. There are two main things that other races use when they want to implement these prejudices and attempt to quantify another person's blackness. The first thing that other races use when they want to attempt to quantify how black another person is their embracing of stereotypical behavior. We all know what stereotypical African American behavior is considered to be in 2013. Here are just a few of the parameters of the black test. If they don't sag their pants, if they don't wear Jordans, if you can't play basketball, if they can't dance, if you don't act ignorant or speak loudly, if they don't speak the slang that other races expect us to speak, then other races don't consider you to be really black. I'm not sure what you're considered if you're demographically classified as being African American or black, but you're not really black. The second thing that other racial or ethnic groups use to quantify blackness is the struggle. If you don't live in apartments, if you have a mother and a father active in your life, if you're not always claiming some hood, then other people don't consider you African American. You register as non-black on the blackometer. Other races have come to associate socioeconomic struggles, especially economic struggles, to how black you are. Now, it's disgusting that the two are categorized together. This all sounds really bad. It sounds ridiculous. We live in a day and age where black people have transcended a lot of the socioeconomic problems that people would normally associate with us. All the stereotypical behavior that is expected of my people isn't really embraced on a normal basis nowadays. We allow other races and ethnic groups, depending on what your preference of referring to them is, to get away with this type of stereotypical classification and to place these type of prejudices on us. And we allow them to get away with it because African Americans are the worst perpetuators of this type of classification. It wasn't until Obama won Iowa in the Democratic primaries that African Americans really began to rally and stand behind him. Before this, there were talks of how Barack Obama isn't black enough. Barack Obama isn't really black. He's from Hawaii. What does he know about my struggle? His mother's white. He hasn't had to go through the same things I went through. They called him Barry when he was in school. Okay, now that's already sad. But then we move on to an even more saddening part. When people found out Barack Obama was smoking weed, they claimed him. They were like, that's my dog. When people found out Barack Obama used to play basketball, they were claiming him. They were like, that's my dog. African Americans are so ignorant with the things that they consider to be black behavior that we claim Bill Clinton is the first black president. I'm with it. That's what does it. Because he cheated on a woman. That makes him a black man. We allow other races to implement this type of prejudice on us because we put this type of prejudice on ourselves. We associate ignorant behavior with African American behavior. We associate economic struggle with African American behavior. This puts us all in the same category, whether or not we like to admit it. Doesn't matter what type of music you listen to. It doesn't matter how you dress. It doesn't matter what sports you play. We all check the same box when we fill out those forms, black or African American. right here. When they look at us on paper, when they see us out and about, we're all put in the same category, and that's this right here. You can't get away from this. I'm proud of it, as we all should be. But if we're going to transcend the issues that we have now, we have to do better and the things that we associate with us. African American culture is a beautiful thing. African American people dominate American pop culture. Let's start acting like it. African Americans can never reach a level of self-love as long as we continue to associate our culture with the negative types of things that have been placed on us by other people. Don't forget, I own a clothing line, attainasterism.com. The link is going to be in the description. There's another person that you should follow to really spice up your Twitter timeline. It's going to be down in the description as well. Always welcome. Thank you for watching.